Another session, all gases, no brakes. We got the speedy man, Mr. Deebo Samuel's here. You ready to walk this gasser, man, over back? Let's get it, man. I'm gonna try to keep up with you, man, Mr. Speed Dim here. So, talking about how you got here to South Carolina, of course, you know, it came down to you and to here and a couple other schools, but what made you commit to wanting to be a Gamecock here?
I mean, I grew up being a South Carolina fan, and I was home. I'm from South Carolina, so I looked at the place as this is where it needs to be.
When the first time you came into Williams-Brice Stadium, even though you were a fan before, did it kind of seem like, yeah, this is my home, this is where I need to be?
So actually, when I first came here, my first time being at the game was when I was getting recruited.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, this is amazing out here.
That's wild, man. So, growing up in the big city of Chapman, growing up in the upstate, talk about like growing up in a town like that. Some of the things, obviously, it's a smaller town. What's some of the things that they instilled in you to kind of help you be the man that you are today?
I actually grew up in Spurs, South Carolina.
Even better.
I moved to Inman when I was going to the 9th grade.
Okay.
My grandma had sick, so I had my father.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of struggled my first 2 years there, football-wise. Then we had got a new coach, Mark Hodge. He came in there and turned the whole program around.
Okay. So growing up, you used to look at like either between Dorman or Spartanburg High.
Spartanburg High School.
Oh man, shout out to Landon Court, man. I used to play with that brother out there in Detroit. So I always like to talk about the student athlete portion. You remember the first time you actually had to go to class here, or your first day on campus, what that was like walking around? You know, kind of a big difference from going to public school up there in Spartanburg, right?
Yeah, you're right. I was walking around like, man, it's too many people for me to be trying to make the class on time.
But
and when I first got here, we had early morning classes. So now we got class in the afternoon after practice.
So you like the schedule now a little bit better, getting up earlier?
I'd rather get the practice out the way earlier rather than coming out here. It's 100 degrees.
Absolutely. So, you know, we've been talking to a bunch of these guys on these different segments, and I think the consensus is that you are probably the best dresser on the team. I won't tell you who kind of submitted that. Casey Crosby did say that, even though some of these guys said they wish they're trying to come for your spot. Have you always just been a fashion guy? Was it something you were just like, you know, shoes, clothes, it's always just been my thing?
Growing up, when my daddy used to give me money, I just shoot to the mall and buy the newest shoe that came out or whatever. But yeah, I've always been a fashion guy.
Okay. So is it more just the Vines, the actual clothes, or is it just more so the sneakers and the shoes? You love the shoes more than anything?
I say I love the shoes more than anything. So I get the shoes first and then I dress up.
Man, after my own heart, man. You start with the feet and then you build the outfit around that, man. I like it. So what's your favorite pair of shoe that you got right now?
I would say a pair of Gucci shoes, my favorite pair. Got the G's all over it.
Okay, nice little loafer.
Yeah, loafer.
Okay, good. Glad to see that y'all got the memo. Y'all don't wear socks with these loafers. Y'all always supremely dressed up. And shout out to Coach T. Rob. He walks around with the loafers on too, so he gets the coaching too. What's a pair of shoes that you want to have, man? What's like something you like, man, if I ever get the money or just sometimes the access to it, what's a pair of shoes you like, man, I need those if I can get them?
I gotta have the Concords that come out in December. You know, they ain't came out in so long. Many people don't know nothing about those.
I like you speaking my language, man. We got to get those Jordan Concords, man. We got to shout out to Nike. We got to figure out a way to get these shoes, man. So again, coming up to this last little trek, obviously you're going to have a chance to play in the NFL, long career, but we know the NFL stands for not for long. What's your next play after football's over? What's something you want to do after football's over?
I actually want to start my own clothing business, like casual clothes, dress clothes type. So looking at me, you know, I'm a fashion guy, so I wanted to get out there and do something with that.
That's awesome, man. So going into leisure wear, hopefully into footwear for the big guys with the wide foot like me, we get some designer dress shoes, man.
Yes, sir.
Deebo, I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.
It was awesome.